Hello everyone, and welcome to Two Hearts Homestead. Today we are going to do a very quick video. I wanted to make sure I get out here and harvest some of this parsley because it's kind of taking over my peppers here. So we're going to get this cut back, and you probably can't see it right now because we're out of focus of the peas that are growing back here in the area. But I'm going to be cutting those down. It's way overdue for those peas to come down. It's been in the 80s, it's been hot. They just all need to come down. So first of all, we'll get started with this parsley. So I do have some clean shears, a little rusty, but they are clean. And I do have some water to put my parsley in it so it can stay fresh. So what I've been reading online is you can't really dry parsley and it have like the same flavor, but you can freeze it. So I'm going to freeze some of this parsley because it's just a lot. It's growing very nicely in this bed. I will say out of everything in this bed, the parsley is growing the best. So let's get started. And I probably should have on my gloves, but I don't. Not today. Look at that. It is beautiful. Not a spot, not a hint of disease or bug damage, nothing. So there are 2 parsley plants growing in this little spot right here. Look at that pepper that you wouldn't even know was there. Beautiful. It smells so good. Let me knock it over. So that is just a wonderful thing of fresh parsley there. So I did do a little cleanup offline just so you guys wouldn't have to watch me do everything here. And as you can see, there's a nice yellow wonder pepper here. There is another coral bell pepper there, and there's some lettuce that is definitely bolted. So that can actually come out. It wasn't even in the ground. It was just kind of sitting on the ground. And I actually have a cucumber over here that I even forgot about. So that is here. I'll cut this one off because that one doesn't look like it's doing too well. But this one can probably get a little light now and grow. We also have another coral bell here and a keystone giant that we're kind of getting shaded out by that parsley. So that looks so much better. So next thing we're going to do, we're going to tackle the peas. So let's move this parsley out of the way now that we've got the camera turned. I still feel like I'm going to knock it over some way, shape, or form. And we are just going to start cutting these at the roots here. I hope you guys can see everything. So I'll take you around the other side and let you see that we do have the peas that are growing up and around this little raised bed trellis. So I did cut everything at the roots, and I'm going to be pulling them all through here. So I won't keep you for the whole thing. We'll just come back when I'm all done. So I did cut back in, guys, just so you can see how easy it is to remove these. I'm basically just pulling them up through the wire. Oh, can't reach that one. So yes, extremely easy to remove. So this whole fence side was covered, and now it's completely clear. Okay, so all of the pea vines are down. And again, for all intensive time purposes, I did go ahead and do most of that offline. Excuse the neighbors, they're yelling. I am gonna go ahead and kind of plow up this area and loosen up the soil a little bit before I plant my beans. So the beans that I'm going to be planting are these oriental yard-long beans. So these are a plant that will grow really tall and needs support. They produce incredible amounts of 2-foot long beans. So I'm thinking if I can vine them across this area like I had the peas, then we should be good. I did go ahead and pre-soak them as well. So again, you can see some of them have started sprouting already. So we are going to get started with those. And you only get 20 of these in a pack. And I did plant some of them last year, and they actually did not do well for me. So that's why I was trying to pre-sprout them this year. And I'm gonna plant them just a few inches apart. If they start coming in too thick, then I will definitely go ahead and thin them out. But since I'm not sure how the germination is going to be, other than these few that have already started sprouting, I'll go ahead and use the rest that I have here. And then let's get those covered up. Get in there. Okay, and I will have to go back in and water those. Look at my little sage. My sage is leaning. I have sage planted everywhere in this garden. I probably could just pull this one out. I have my 2 little corn stalks here. I did plant a few here in this area, and none of them seem to be growing. And this is my poor little Brussels sprout. This Brussels sprout has been hanging on since March. But I finally see, let me bring you in a little closer. I finally see a few buds starting. So hopefully maybe something will become of that. While we're here in the garden, we are going to do a very, very, very quick tour of what else we've got going on here. Our tomatoes, finally blooming. That's our parsley that we just cut. This bed, I would say out of everything in it, we are finally getting onions. I'll zoom in just a little bit. They are finally starting to bulb. So that I am very happy with. The parsley and the green stalk is not doing as well. Our lettuce, time to take it out. Peppers and everything, for the most part in here, and the herbs are doing well. Might need a little fertilizer. Again, we're gonna make this very quick. If you'd like to see a more detailed video, it will be my last video posted maybe 4 or 5 days ago. So that will give you more details on the garden. We have our carrots here. If you look, we have a huge carrot root growing there. Marigolds everywhere in the garden. Rest of our peppers in there, but you know, they're just doing what they're doing. Except that Jimmy Nardello back there. There's a huge pepper on it. Our tomatoes over here are doing good. Our sweet potatoes are finally starting to climb and vine. Our kale is kind of down for the count. The caterpillars kind of took it out. Our celery, I've harvested most of it, so it's kind of on its last leg. Our peppers here are doing well. Our peas took a little hit with the rain yesterday, so they're a little waterlogged. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful peppers here. I believe this is a Jimmy Nardello. Yep, that's a Jimmy Nardello as well. So it's going to turn a pretty red, and you can fry this one up. So lovely. Peppers here. Nothing too much going on with our tower. This is mostly strawberries, so we're just going to kind of zoom past it. We have a sweet long that's doing wonderful. And if I bring you over here to take a look at these shishito peppers, OMG, look at that. Look at all the blooms. Look at all the small peppers. Look at all of these. There are probably at least 30 on this one plant. So yes, they are all doing well. Peppers over here, nothing too much with them. Our eggplant is doing fine as well. Our okra is struggling here after transplant. I did plant additional few seeds in there to see how they do. Sage is growing out of control, along with the rosemary that's in there. But yeah, all in all, very good. And did we bypass our blueberry bush when we were over there? They have a few blueberries as well. None of them have started to ripen yet. So all in all, good day in the garden.